Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Good morning, children. All right, all the way from Egypt. Look at that. Cappy's gone international today. Hello, Aaron. My name is Noor. I'm not going to mention your last name. We'll keep you anonymous. I'm 21 and I am from Egypt. I decided to study abroad when I finished high school so I can immigrate legally to a better place. Imagine that, legally. To a better place as everything gets worse from the economic to social situation, religion, traditions, and politics. The plan was simple. Most first world countries have this law where if you study there to earn a degree, whether it's a bachelor's, master's, or PhD, you will get a specific amount of time, usually 12 months maximum in most countries, to search for a job that is relevant to your qualifications. So everything was clear. I'll study in a decent country, graduate, get a job, and then apply for permanent residence, and that's how I'm going to get my way out of Egypt legally. Because of the fact that my family is a little well off and I was in private school, they loved the idea and supported it so much that I got excited and started learning languages to achieve my goal of legal immigration. So I was able to speak. Check this out. Check this kid out. He's one of those people I can read. I was able to speak German, English, and French fluently before entering my last year of high school. And the way he wrote this, kid, your English is better than mine. This is very, very well laid out. You might be thinking everything is going well. Why the hell am I contacting? He even's got the idioms down. Why the hell am I contacting you? Basically, in Egypt, we must choose at the last year of high school whether to study literary branch, which makes you enter the liberal arts field, or scientific branch, which makes you enter the STEM fields. I think you know where this is going. Oh, don't tell me you fucked this up. Oh, Jesus. I was good at languages, so I entered the literary branch. After finishing high school, I knew about the skill shortage laws, which basically mean that the 12-month period to search for a job or the permanent residence wouldn't be given to any international students unless he studied something that is in demand and has a labor shortage problem like most STEM fields and some business fields. So I said to myself, I better be studying something related to STEM. I applied for many universities, even college universities in Germany, France, and Canada. I was shocked that they didn't even allow me to enter business or economics because of my high school literary certificate. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be going, don't even risk it. Like, let's just adjust one potential problem with your plan. You're not going business or economics. Those aren't fields. That's not going to help you get employed. You need to go STEM. Programming, engineering, not biology, not chemistry. You could do chemical engineering, not biological engineering. You got something that's in demand. Don't mess around with, well, we got more accountants here than we need. Accounting is not a hugely shortaged skill in any country. I was basically prohibited from entering anything math related, and most, if not all, STEM fields are not on any country's skill shortage list. Yes, I know. Yeah, you provide New Zealand. I remember looking at Australia. I mean, my degree was completely worthless. There was you don't get any points. I should be now in my third year of college at Cairo studying Spanish literature. I know you get mad because of a stupid major. Yes, which is useless, and that's why I want you to help me. Wait. Should be now at my third year. Are you still studying Spanish literature? Evaluate my options to get out of the situation. Option 1, because of my literary high school certificate. Hang on, I gotta get this in the system before it gets cold. Slowly waking up. That's the process in the morning. I wake up, I'm barely, and I get coffee, and I yell at people, and my brain kind of wakes up, and I gotta go to a meetup in about 2 hours. It's cold out there. I bet you it's nice in Egypt right now. I bet you it's not freezing. Oh, it's dark and gloomy and snowy out here. Yeah, it's gonna snow today, too. Fuck. Okay, because of my literary high school certificate, I have to take 1 extra year before entering any STEM field studying in a program called Foundation Year, and it is not provided in every country. So I'll have to go to a Foundation Year in a cheap country like Russia or China where no immigration is possible, enter a computer science program after the Foundation Year, and just stay for the first year then transfer to university in Germany, Netherlands, Norway, or Canada. Those are cold. Oh, have you been there before? I'm not questioning your strategy from an educational standpoint, but have you gone to these countries before? They are cold. Norway, and the food sucks. I've never been there, but I know, because a bunch of Norwegians live here in Minnesota. Oh, do you want some lutefisk? No, I don't want no fucking lutefisk. We're in the United States. We take the best from every country. I want Thai food, Vietnamese food, and Mexican food. The best foods are Italian. That's it. Those 4 foods. Or they have decent immigration laws. Oh, you're going for immigration. Yeah, I know. You're going to have to do that. We all pay a price when we're young. We all pay the price. In Germany, for example, they give any international student a chance to search for a job that's related to the field to study for no more than 18 months. Well, in worst case scenario, if there is a problem with transferring, I might stay in Russia for 5 years. Are you fluent in Russian? I get my undergraduate degree there, take a master's in computer science in a decent country. Pros, I'm going to be able to study a math-related major like computer science, and you can suggest me another major if you think it's better than computer science. Not really, no. That's the other thing I like about computer science. It lends itself well to working overseas, which I'm going to kind of get to a little bit later. But if you got a skill that is in demand over the world and can be done on the internet, borders start to become irrelevant and moot. The dream, whether you're in Egypt or the United States, is that you have a skill that is in demand in the first world. You command a first world wage, but then you go live in a cheap second world. That suffices. So in your instance, maybe you don't like the politics and whatever of Egypt, but if you like the warmth or you like your family, and let's say you learn to program something, that can be done over the internet, you find a contract online that's paid in Australia, well, you get paid in Australian dollars, converted to the Egypt currency, whatever it is. Rial? No. That's Iran. What is the Egyptian currency? Whatever. And you can make probably a very nice life in Egypt if you want to live there. But if you didn't like that, okay, you go, well, what's nice? There's got to be nice places. I know some people like Morocco, or you go live in Spain, or whatever. So that's kind of a strategy. That's one. Let me mention it now so I don't forget it later. I understand your strategy, and I agree with it, of going to where you got to go to get this foundation year so that you could apply to get an accredited degree that will be recognized internationally so that you can apply either in the EU, United States, or Canada, or Australia, New Zealand, or any first world Western nation. I understand that. But what you may not be considering is that with this degree, more importantly, your certifications, you have a skill in computer science that is not only in demand, but you don't have to physically be at the office. You don't actually have to be in Sydney, Australia to do the work if you're programming. You just program the code and email it. So now you have to go an entrepreneurial route. You have to, what's it, Noor? Noor's programming, or whatever you want to call it. .com, and oh my God, yeah, we got our guy Noor. He programs good C#. You got to go over there. So not that it'd be like that, but something to put in your brain and think about is, okay, you're gonna go. Inevitably, the safe plan is to get a accredited degree, recognized internationally, in a country where you could apply for jobs. That's the mature, wise, safe plan. But in that process, you will pick up skills that will allow you to pick up work pretty much wherever. And usually that work is going to come from a first world country that has a higher wage, and you don't have to be there. So that's another thing that provides a lot of flexibility. And then you go to Norway. My God, I love Norway. I don't know why you would, but you like arrogant feminist women and pussy men. Let's just say you like Norway. And oil. You want to stay there, okay, well then, but you can't find a job in Norway. That doesn't mean you can't get a contract from Denmark or the United States and program away. I had a guy like that. His wife was Norwegian. He was Was he East Indian? And I think he was a programmer or IT guy of some kind, and he could do his work, and he was just, it's cold. Like, yeah. Imagine that. It's cold in Norway. Who knew? What? The tits on your wife better be like this for you to move to fucking Norway. Anyway, so that's your first. Pros, able to study math and computer science. Cons, the problem with this option, though, is the fact I'm going to graduate at the age of 26 or 27. Watch my video. Don't try until you're 35. Look up that video. That's still young. 2 years in Russia plus 3 or 4 in Germany or any other country. And if the transfer didn't work, I'll have to take a master's, which means I'll start working in a STEM-related job for the first time at the age of 28 or 29. All right, that's worst case scenario. I understand. All right, that's the worst option. You're coming out just under 30. All right. Option 2, I can speak 7 languages. English, German, Dutch, Norwegian, Spanish, and Arabic. Holy shit. I have 2 official certificates in 2 of them. Goethe certificate, okay, that's German. And IELTS exam score 7 in English. So why not study something relegated to languages like translation studies in a country where they don't have strict skilled shortage laws and they don't require a specific field of study in order to stay. I searched around a lot and found that Canada is the perfect place for a plan like this. All I need to do is find a job that is relevant for my qualifications, except in Quebec, in a period of 3 years. I found one and worked there for a year or more before the PGWP. Hang on, I gotta read this. God fucking mighty. It's not you, it's the complications of all the government. They don't have strict skilled shortage laws and they require specific field in order for you to stay. Alright, so you can get in. I searched around a lot and found that Canada is the perfect place for a plan like this. Yeah, plus Trudeau can't wait to get non-white people in there. Take advantage of that. I'm not being racist, but when you come to a first world country, understand the politics, the socialists can't wait to get enough non-white people in because they think you're going to vote Democrat for them or socialist for them. All right, so take that, use that to your advantage. Like here we have affirmative action laws. I tell everyone, yeah, you take that fucking money, man. Yeah, you run. When you got a vagina, you go apply for that government contract. So Canada would be very receptive. Trudeau probably might even line up and suck your dick. Who knows? All I need to do is find a job that is relevant to my qualifications, except in Quebec, in a period of 3 years. And if I found one and worked there for a year or more before the PGWP or the 3-year period ends, I can apply afterwards for a Canadian Experience Class program, which will eventually lead to permanent residence. All right, that's a plan B. Please remember that my main goal is not money because I know that most engineers and IT technicians earn way more than translators. Of course, I'm not going to refuse the more money if I have a chance, but my main goal is legal immigration. All right, so do you think that I'm not going to find any decent job with a translation major and the situation is that bad that I will not achieve my goal of staying in Canada? I'll be forced to return back to Egypt after the PGWP, even though I can speak 7 languages. Option 3, I contacted some universities in Germany and said that the only major I could apply for, which is related to them, is called computer linguistics or computational linguistics. Ooh, so what do you think? Can this be at least a plan? But no, you want computer science or you want computer engineering. There is a difference. I don't know about that computer linguistics. And it could be a completely different program in Germany that I'm not aware of. But there was, what was it? He's an intellectual inferior. He's not that smart, and everyone thinks he is. He's like your basic bitch intellectual that everyone thinks he's really smart. Noam Chomsky. He's a linguistics guy. I studied words. Beyond using it for other languages, really. Oh, this is a tough one. If your main goal is immigration, what I'm trying to debate is your goal of immigration is the main one. I understand that, but it comes at a sacrifice of you having a good job. I know you're not concerned about money that much, and with your linguistic skills, I think you actually could. See, because you got seven. Fucking Christ, Clary. 7. Still haven't got enough coffee. That means you could teach 7 times the amount of languages. So I'm really leaning towards the Canadian plan, option 2. Because for all of its faults, Canada is not Europe, and Europe is, Russia's corrupt. It's cold. Germany and Europe and Norway and Denmark, it's cold. And then there's all these rules, and their education systems are very, I wouldn't say very stringent or strict, but it's like, if you didn't decide at the age of 17, well, you're screwed, and now you got to do all this, like your foundation year. Whereas in the United States and Canada, the education is more like, yeah, you want to take a class? Go ahead. We're not going to stop you. You got the money? Sure, take a class. So here's what I would do. This is what I have decided. I would do the Canadian thing because you already have the skill set. Go to Canada. See if you could get, because you're not concerned about making money. You're more concerned about citizenship or residency. I would apply for the Canadian Experience Class Program. We become a friend. Now you're going to have 3 years to do this, kid. You're going to have 3 years. While you're there, I would recommend you do 2 things. One, whereas I usually dismiss people who study languages, you have a good skill. You are talented in this. And you know 7 languages, and your English is better than mine, which I should be ashamed of, being a native English speaker. You write very well. You probably speak very well. This is very well written. You have a skill that I think where the cream would rise to the top, you would stand out from other teachers. And since you got 7 languages, remember 7 languages under your belt, that makes you a lot more marketable. So I would go there on the official Canadian program to inevitably get residency there. But you're going to do 2 things to back it up so that when it comes time to apply for this program, even if you don't get it, one, it's going to increase your chances, but even if you don't get it, you're still going to be in better shape to apply for immigration in a different country. One, I would start studying computer science in your spare time or some other highly sought after STEM field or program. So you get to Canada, all right? You apply to this program. I would immediately find out if that prohibits you from taking any classes at the Canadian university system, which I don't think it would. Again, like I said, in the United States and Canada, it's like, yeah, take a class, go ahead. Even then, even now, see if you could apply to Western Governors University. It's here in the United States. It's an accredited college. Go see if you can get yourself a computer science degree there. Shit. In other words, I'm saying you come to Canada, you're using your linguistic skills to gain residency and make money, but you're running a second concurrent game. 2-pronged approach. You're running a second concurrent game, and you're inevitably going to get yourself a bachelor's degree in computer science from a Canadian university or potentially the United States online. All right? But it's got to be accredited. Make sure it's accredited. So then when your 3 years come up and they say, okay, Noor, you want to apply, what have you done? And this is assuming Trudeau can't wait to let more foreigners in. So I think, and that's another thing factoring into my decision. Canada cannot wait to have more immigrants. I think it's wrong. You're the type of immigrants people would like to have, but for every one of you, there's just going to be a bunch of welfare seekers too. So, but that's something to worry about later if you become a Canadian citizen. So then when you apply for this program, like, well, I did this linguistics thing, but in addition to that, I have a degree in computer science, and I'm about to get it, I'm working towards it, and I would like to apply for other positions as well. So when you're looking at the immigration board or whatever board you're facing, they're going to say, wow, obviously he's working very hard, he's going into this is the demand we need, this is a skill we need, and then, our political thing is leaning towards letting everybody in. So that's one thing to consider. The other thing I would do, because you are very skilled at languages, and you have 7 of them, I would try some kind of entrepreneurial thing. Yes, you'll go teach for an employer. Yes, you go teach at a school. That's fine. But you see, and you seem to have like a very entrepreneurial, look forward, proactive Because non-proactive people don't do this. I got to get out here and I've evaluated. You have hustle. You have hustle. That's one of the rarest traits and skills that people have. And with that hustle and your skill, I would recommend you try to set up not a school. I hate to use that word school, but you set up some kind of company, some kind of website where you tutor and you teach and you tutor across all the different languages as possible. So that when you go to the immigration board, they say, Noor, what did you do? Well, I taught at the Canadian School for Foreign Languages, like I was told to do. And they say, okay, that's nice. What else? Well, on the side, I also have this tutoring company that grossed $250,000 Canadian dollars. Holy cow. Oh, look at that. Oh, and then in addition to that, I've been going part-time for my computer science degree, and I'm about a year and a half away from it. But I wanted to get, originally I wanted to study computer science, but, so when you go in there with that resume, I'm going to bet the Canadians are going to say, yeah, we want you in this town, all right? The Labor Party, or what is it called? No, NDP, what's their socialist party called? They're not going to like you, because you're working. Well, he's probably not going to vote socialist. But they'll just look at the color of your skin and be racist. We want him because we think because he's brown, he'll vote for us. Come on in. What do you mean you're not going to vote for us? You're working? What the fuck? That aside, when you present that you're very hardworking, you have entrepreneurs, you're going to major, I think that's going to sell you very well. The worst case scenario, if they don't let you in then, okay, what's the worst case? Well, you maybe can apply for some extension, but you're only a year away from your degree. You could say, look, I'm a student, can I at least get an extension? They'll probably give it to you. If not, those credits will transfer to another accredited university somewhere in the Western world, and then you get yourself your degree from a Western university, and then you should be able to at least apply to potentially get an H-1B visa, apply for jobs, because you now have that degree. You also then have the skills, and then you're going to have two major skill sets. One, your tutoring, linguistics, and teaching, of which I'm going to say is an actual skill in your case because you're good at it. Teaching is not a skill, but at your level it is. And then you also got the IT skill or the STEM skill. And then that is going to arm you much better, and certainly before you're 29, to start looking at the world as your oyster and either find employment as an employee or entrepreneurship in your own hustle, which can be done overseas or over the internet or whatever you want. I wish I had a much more concrete answer, like, oh yeah, according to this rule, you do that. But I don't, because we're trying to guess countries, I'm trying to guess cultures. Man, you seem to like the cold for some reason. I'd be like going to Italy or the south of Spain or Portugal, or it's in Thailand. Hey, it's warm there. The chicks got big bazooms. That's where I'm going. Yes, that's where I want to go. That's me. And I'm sorry, kid. I can't guarantee it's gonna work. All right. So I would contact Canada and say, hey, while I'm there under this program, can I go to school? But what I know about geopolitical stuff in Canada, that's what I would recommend. I am going to recommend, if you come to Canada, I'm trying to think of where you can go. It's not going to be bitch-ass cold. British Columbia is very nice, but there's not big towns. Vancouver's about your only town. Kamloops is a significant-sized town, but it's not going to be big enough. I think you're going to be, to make ends meet, to go to the right school, you're going to have to go east. So you're looking at Toronto, Ottawa. What are the other major towns? Large Canadian towns. Don't go to Prince George. There's nothing. Because you got a handful of major towns in Canada, and that's it. Then you get out, and you're in the hinterlands. There's nothing out there. Largest Canadian towns. I know there's Toronto. Montreal, that was the other one, Montreal. Calgary maybe, but it gets cold there. It gets so cold. So I would say Toronto, Montreal, no, not Edmonton, no, not Calgary, and Vancouver. And they're all going to be leftist Marxist shitholes. Let's be honest here, Noor. Are you one of those Middle Eastern guys? You saw American TV, you think it's all blonde hair and big bazooms? You think you're gonna... No. They're hairy armpit, they don't wear makeup, they're pissed off, and they hate men. Feminism has come over here. Don't get... That's not even part of the plan. Don't even think or dream about that, alright? You'll get excited, ooh, and then you're like, oh, what the fuck? This isn't like it was on the television. What the fuck? Alright, that's it. Questions, answers, asshole consulting. Best of luck to you, Nor. I hope it does work out. Update me in 4 to 5 years when... Oh, we're coming up. March will be the 5-year anniversary, so another 4 to 5 years, let me know. By the 10-year anniversary of Asshole Consulting, I'll be very curious on how you're doing. Alright, that's it. We'll see you guys later. Tools.